Good morning. My name's Cathay Williams, and the folks want me to tell you about my story. Y'all wants to know about my life. I don't know why. I ain't nobody, but I say okay. So I was a little bit tired right now. Just got done with the boat that in the Army they want to know all about me. And they already know, but my lawyer filed a suit 'cause I need some money. I was in bad shape right now. You know, I was trying to get my pension from the Army. Yeah, I was a soldier. I'll be in the Army back there in a few years ago, but right now I ain't doing so good. My life kind of going downhill. Yeah, they wants to do a fiscal about me, find out if I was a man or a women's. Well, I was a women's. Yeah, I know y'all think ain't no women's ever be in the Army in 1800s. But yeah, I be's in the Army, I be's a soldier. Yeah, but when they put me out of the Army, I was down there in Fort Bragg, let me see, Fort Bragg, Mexico, New Mexico, way down there close to the border. And at that time when they put me out, that's when they find out I ain't no man. 'Cause I be's in the Army under the name of William Cathy. Yeah, well, when they put me out, I stays with my commanding officer, they family, and I work. I work for them doing the laundry and the cooking, 'cause I learned how to do that in the Army. Well, I stay with them till I get enough money to go move on back toward the north in New Mexico. I gets on up there to Raton, and I stay there for a little bit. Then I moves on up to Puebla, Colorado. I be there about 2 years. I give me a job in the off-net with the cheering. I do the laundry and all that good stuff and get me some money. Yeah, when I be there, I get hitched. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a laugh like other folks, but that rascal, yeah, he ain't no good for nothing. That rascal, he steal my wagon, take my gun, and then he take he take my watch, and he take my $100 from me. And I catch up with that rascal, and I get him in jail. I tells the sheriff I want to arrest him. Sheriff arrest him. Then I moves on down to Trinidad. I leave him in there. I don't know if he ever get out or not. I don't even care. Treat me like that. When I gets down to Trinidad, I works for the people. I make some friends down there. Good peoples. They helps me out. I even get a job in the laundry down on Market Street. No, not Market Street. Commercial Street. That's where it is. Commercial Street. I work in the laundry down there, and I make lots of friends. But I get sick, and I be in bad shape. They put an article in the papers, the Puebla paper, telling the folks about my condition. They come and they help me out. That being 1889. I gets better, and that's when I goes and gets me a lawyer. And he helps me get that paper ready to file to the Army for my pension. Yeah, that's when they's wanting to know is Cathay Williams and Williams Cathy the same peoples, but they knows 'cause they put me out 'cause I ain't no man. Well, when they do the fiscal, they finds out what they wants to know. But then they also finds out that I got some other stuff going on with my body. You know, I'm gearing up. I was 5 feet 9 inches tall. But now it's 5 feet 7 inches. Done shrink it down a little bit. And I was 125 pounds when I joined up, and we're now about 160. Got high blood pressure and some other things. I got these here crutches, you know. I needs my crutches, 'cause I ain't got these crutches, I can't walk. I ain't gonna show you why, but I tell you, I ain't got no toes on my feet. I got one toe on one feet and one toe on the other. Yeah, they find out about that, and they wants to give me they say a 3rd grade pension 'cause of my feet. Yeah. I bet y'all want to know how I get in the Army. Well, I tell you, I was a slave back in 1842 was when I was born. Born there, back there in Independence, Missouri. Live on the Johnson farm with my mama. My mama, her name Martha. And her meet me out here in Trinidad about 1870. Her work in the orphans too. Yeah. Well, let me go on back there. When I was about 16 years old, you know, the war's getting ready to start. That war they call the Civil War. It getting ready to get itself all going and stuff. And you know, my master, Mr. Johnson, well, he come into Missouri with my mama from Kentucky. And they be in Missouri, and they be doing okay. And then when that war and stuff start walking around, they tells people, if y'all likes the Confederates, y'all's gonna have to go. If you, well, I don't know if my master liked the Confederates or not, but I find out, I hear tell, that's where yeah, 'cause I wasn't looking to find out, I just hear tell that if they think you might like the Confederates, that they come get you. They run you out of town, off your farm, burn up your house, and take all your stuff. They might even kill you and your family. Well, I guess my master say, well, we ain't gonna hang around here to find out what they gonna do to us, so he moved down to Jeff City. Well, I remembers when they packed up and they moved in 1860. And funny thing happened around that time. You know, I had a papa too. My papa couldn't stand on the farm 'cause he be already free. I seen him once or twice, but he ain't stay around 'cause he be hunted by them there, them folks, they come get you if you're free and take you back and put you on some kind of plantation and make you a slave again. So he had to stay hid out. I heard about Kansas, that state over there connect to Missouri. And they goes there 'cause that be territory. And they ain't got no slaves. Well, I was thinking my pappy, he probably go there. In 1860, my mammy get free. My master free her. And we goes on down to Jeff City, and her stop in Long Jack, Missouri. And her stay there. I ain't see her no more till I get there in Puebla. But I be's down in Jeff City, and the next year they got the war going on. I see the gray coats, and I see the blue coats. And they be all over fatting and stuff, and I stay out of the way. 'Cause I be's on the phone, with the rest of the slaves and the family, the Johnson family. But my master died around that time, and we stayed there with the other family members. And one day I look up and here come these blue coats coming down the road. They stop and they come up there to the gate and they see me and want to know where my master is. I tells them he done died, but the other folks is still there. Well, he say, we gonna take you and we got some work for y'all to do. And he tell me he wants me to be the cook for the main peoples in the army and they troops. And I say, I can't cook. He say, you gonna learn how to cook, 'cause you going with us. I ain't wanting to go, but they ain't give me no choice. So I go, 'cause I knows how to take orders. Well, I goes on with them and we goes down in Arkansas. And I sees a bad thing. When they had that battle at Pea Ridge, the soldiers come back and I hate to think about it, 'cause I see stuff I ain't never wants to see in my life. That comes back with no arms. Sometimes they ain't got no leg. Some ain't got an eye. They be all banged up and Lord help me. I do what I can for the soldiers, but I ain't no doctor. I just do what I can. Try to feed them, clean up they blood-soaked wounds and bandages. Well, we moves on down from there and goes down to Savannah, Georgia. And as we're going down through there, they be burning all the plantations, burn up their crops, and then we see one of their ships be sank down in the water. Some of them peoples don't get out. Well, it goes on, keep going until we get around to Virginia. Then we runs into a general. He done come up through that Shenandoah Valley. He be raiding and stuff, and then he take over the troop that I be with. He be our command officer, and then we goes up in Nebraska. And we come on back down to Missouri. By the time we gets back to Missouri, people's all happy. They's having a good time. I find out that they all happy 'cause Missouri the first state to get rid of their slaves. They had a convention that back in January, and they free all the slaves. And when I get there, I find out I ain't no slave no more. All slave in Missouri be free. And I was happy. But bad thing, I ain't know what free mean. I was free, but what is free? I don't know about free. They say I can go where I wants to go and do what I wants to do. Right now, I don't know what I wants to do. I don't even know where I wants to go, 'cause I don't know nothing about no place but Missouri. Yeah. Well, we was down in Jessamine Barrack. There'd be one of them folks down there outside of St. Louis. Lots of people be sick around that time, and they got fevers and all kinds of stuff going on. People's dying and everything. Well, I just hang out down there in Jessamine Barrack, see what's gonna happen. Well, I got a cousin and a friend. I ran unto them and they tell me, Cathy, a funny thing done happened. Say, what done happen except we's free? They say, well, Cathy, they done, the government, they done set up a little thing say that we's colored folks can join up in the army and be soldiers. I say, well, that's a good thing for y'all. He said, Cathy, you can do it too. No, I can't do that. I ain't no man. They say, Cathy, you look like a man. And you done hanged out with them there soldiers. You gonna learn fast. I ain't feeling happy about that, 'cause I ain't liking nobody call me, say I look like a man. Well, ain't happy. My feelings hurt. But when I gets to thinking, I don't know. I keeps thinking about the free thing. Maybe this my chance to know what free is. Well, I tells my friends, I say, y'all help me? They say, yeah, we help you. But you can't tell nobody you knows us. And we ain't even gonna act like we knows you either. I say, okay. So they say you better put on some breeches and you probably, I don't know, take that rag off your head. Go to the recruiters. And you can't be Cathay Williams when you go there. Well, I ain't knowing how to read and write, but I ain't dumb. I ain't stupid. I figure out what to do when I go to the recruiter and he asks me what my name is. I say my name William Cathy. That way when they call my name, I'm gonna know whether they say Cathy or they say William, I'm gonna know who I is. And I ain't gotta figure out what kind of name did I tell that man. Yeah, Yeah, well, you know when that's when they found out I was 5 feet 9 inches tall and I weighs 126 pounds. I was taller than most of the men in the army. And then they give me, I'll show y'all what I get when I join up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see all this here stuff right here? Yeah, I get everything the men's get. Right here, my backpack, and here my blanket, and my nappy sack right there, it got stuff in it. Yeah. Yeah. Can y'all see my cup right there? It got all the stuff I need when we's out there in the wilderness, marching and stuff. Got my cup and my fork and my knife and my plate. And look here, wait a second. Got to turn my back on you a little bit so I can go around here, show you my stuff. Yeah, I was proud of my stuff that I get when I joined the army. See here, this here be my lat. Got to have a lat. When we's out there in them no man's land. Sometimes we be out there at night when we be camping and can't go no more 'cause ain't no lights out there. Can't see unless you get your own lamp. Then we's got this my canteen. They say canteen. Well, canteen got put some water. So I have my drink my water when I be out there and ain't no water around. Yeah. And this here be for my ammunition. This right here. I put all my bullets and stuff in here for my gun. I learned how to shoot a gun, yeah. I have rifle. I then don't got my rifle here 'cause I don't want to carry it. Might cause people to get a little bit excited, think I want to shoot somebody, so I don't always take it. But this right here be for my ammunition. And this is what I really got excited about, happy, 'cause I ain't never had nothing like this before in my life. Look here, got my belt, see that? That got United States, that's what that means. There's a U and there's a S. They tell me what that is, 'cause I can't read. Well, just a minute. Let me see if I can get my cap up here. Yeah, I love it. This here be my cap. See that? That means I was in the United States Infantry, 38 Infantry, United States Army, proud. I be somebody. I wears my cap, proud. And this here be my britches. Got my galluses hold up my britches. And this here, this is, I love this here. This here my coat. Got my gold buttons on. I see them gold buttons on the other soldiers. They make me proud, proud. Make me feel so good to have the uniform. Be somebody. Ain't no slave no more. I be somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how I gets to be in the Army. Yeah. I only gets to be in there about 22 months. 22 months before they find out. And I tell you, all the time we be marching and out there in no man's land, going across Kansas, that state, well, it's state now, but then it wasn't no state. And it was part of the territory that go into Mexico, New Mexico, and in Colorado. All that be territory. It ain't the United States. And while I be out there, I get sick. A lot of times had to go and so my benefits, they be eat up with me being sick cause I can't do the work I'm supposed to do. Do like standing guard duty and all the other stuff. See all this stuff here? This is my house in a backpack. I carry all this stuff in my rifle. All that stuff weigh about 70 to 75 pounds. And we marching 12 to 15 miles a day on foot. And that be hard for a man. Harder for old Cathy. Cathy wasn't too good when I left folk back. I was in the hospital for about 30 days before I leave there and go to Fort Riley. Yeah, me and 2 other soldiers. When we gets to Fort Riley, they had some kind of ride or something. Them soldiers, I don't know what they is fighting about, but I stay out, keep my nose clean. I was a good soldier. When they put me out, I get an honorable discharge. Sure enough did. Sure enough. And you know, back in the 1990s, there was a bust made to represent Cathay Williams. They wanted to put it on the Walk of Fame up in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. And the Army said, oh no, she defrauded the Army and she was a fake and all that stuff, so we're not gonna let her bust anything to represent her to be on this fort. Well, I'm here to say that Cathy did not defraud anybody. She did the best she could with what she had at a time that survival was questionable for a lot of slaves, even for a lot of the white folks. A lot of them couldn't find jobs after the Army. No, excuse me, I said after the Army, after the war, because the Army continued. And right now, since she wasn't able to be represented on the fort, she's in the front of the Richard Allen Cultural Center at 401 Kiowa Street in Leavenworth, Kansas. That's a black museum that proudly displays her bust there. And I would suggest that if you get a chance to go and see Cathy, there's a lot of things about her that is in that museum. And even today, this is 2021, the Army is still having a problem. You know, a grudge, some people can carry a grudge forever, and it looks like this is what's going on now. But I thank you for listening to Cathy's story. Hope that you'll take the time to go and see her on the premises of the Richard Allen Cultural Center. We don't know when Cathy died. It was probably between 1892 and 1900 because there's no census that we can find her in 1900. There's no documentation that she died in 1892. There's actually no grave that we can just go to and say this is where Cathy is. But we know she existed because she does have official documentation showing where she joined